Hey, if you are watching the replay, you are a better person than I am. Thank you. We'll see if anybody hops on. I see a couple of people hopped on. I was just watching Tori from Novel Life, her vlog, and I have 1 minute left in it. But I had to go live, so I can't finish it. But what are you gonna do? So I have a bunch of stuff to get done today. I don't know what you guys have to get done, but I have a lot of wind today. So if you could just hold on, let me balance. If you could just let me know if my connection's really bad, we'll just scrap it. But if everything's going smoothly, great. But like if I'm not working out, if you could just let me know, that would be amazing. Hey, Kayla, what are you going to get done? I need to edit a video for tomorrow. I need to finish the notes for all my filming on Sunday. And I am going to have a live on Monday. I still have to schedule. I've got just booktube stuff for the week to get done. What is your job? I don't know what you do. But that was probably loud. I usually edit those out of my videos, but it's okay. Thanks. Okay. So just let me know if it goes to trash. I normally like to already have my editing done and stuff, and I don't, and I've got lots to do. So I'm hoping to get most of it done on these sprints. We'll see. Could be great, could be terrible. I feel like I'm either going to get like it all done, or I'm not even going to finish one of the tasks, and I'll have to finish it after the live, but we'll see. Also, my kids are here and everything, so might be disruptions. If there is a disruption, we'll just start a sprint. So that's the plan. I'm going to probably start sprinting here in like just a minute, and hopefully get like the first edit through of my video done in the first sprint. Let me see here. Right now it's 35 minutes. It's 34 minutes, 47 seconds. So if I do a 30-minute sprint, I actually won't get it all done. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm still going to try and get as much of it done in the first sprint as I can, because it has to go up in the morning. So it's technically the priority. Everything else could still be done tomorrow afternoon if need be, but not that. So gotta try and get that done. So I'm going to start the sprint. I'm going to do 30 minutes. I'm going to edit this video and hopefully get through most of it. That would be great. I really need to, I wish we all would do this. I really need to use like a stopwatch, and I want to see how long a video takes me. Because obviously I know how long the filming is because it says on there, but I don't know how long my editing and doing the description and thumbnail and all those things, I don't know how long that takes me, and I would kind of like to have the answer. So you do marketing for social media. I mean, an insurance company doesn't sound all that fun, but you're smarter than I am. I could not. I have no skills whatsoever. So it would be a true struggle. But okay, I'm going to go ahead and start the sprint. I'm going to do 30 minutes and hopefully get a massive amount of work done, because that's likely. Okay. Okay, that sprint is done. I don't know if you guys can hear kids screaming because I have a private school down the block and across the street, and they're out on recess, and they're usually very loud when they're out on recess, so such is life. All right, so in 30 minutes, I don't know how to tell how far into the video I am. I edited 3 minutes out of it. I got a good bit through it, but I need to delete a couple more chunks. It's my discussion on minimalism and booktube that I'm editing. So that's tomorrow's video. And I went on a few rabbit trails. So I am deleting a few large sections of talking that I wouldn't normally, but I'm just like, this is I'm 10 minutes into it and I'm starting on my actual notes for it. Like I need to delete some of this stuff. So I am. I'm a little nervous about it because I'm not 100% sure that I got my thoughts together well. I tried, like I had a good bit of notes, but yeah, I don't know. You guys will have to watch and let me know if you're like, I have no freaking idea what you're talking about. You know, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. What did you guys get done? See, I definitely started with way too much stuff. It's just I kind of discovered minimalism and was consuming a lot of content about minimalism for a few years before I found booktube. So minimalism, I can't say it, minimalism came first for me, and I think that kind of really affected my perspective of booktube. And it's just kind of one of those things where like it doesn't bother me for people to have thousands of books in their house. Like it's not like I'm like, oh, you poor souls, you need to see the light. Like I don't care. But also the mindset stuff is interesting. And I think that booktube in general obviously kind of supports consumerism and just buying for the prettiness, buying because you read it and liked it, so now you want to own a copy. Like that's a very common thing that we do. So just some thoughts, but I don't know if I got it all out. I might have to do like a part 2 or something, or be like, all right, guys, I tried. I'm sorry. Tamika, you just did a really good unhaul though, just recently, and you got rid of stuff from past reading Tamika. So still proud of you. You wrote a couple of reviews on Goodreads. Your reviews are like very detailed. Mine are like, it was hot, but they argued a lot. Mine are always like one sentence. It's just, honestly, my reviews are nothing but a trigger for me to remember what the book was about, what I did or didn't like about it specifically. Because obviously you can look at the synopsis usually or other people's reviews and know what the book was about if you've genuinely forgotten, but you can't remember the things that bugged you or made you love it. So I try to have that kind of in my one sentence that I write. It's honestly just for me. It's not even for anybody else. I cannot wait for March's Romancelandia. I am so hyped because I just really want to hear you tear people apart. I don't know if that's what you're going to do, but there are some things that I'm just like, I'm so angry. Like, I just want to hear people rant about this. It's so bad. Yeah. I still use the library a lot, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like my library doesn't like. Okay. Case again. I was My daughter was born in February, and I found booktube in like March or April, and I was reading all the YA fantasies because that's what I read, like, that's what I was into, but I was finding all these recommendations, and my library actually had a bunch because I hadn't read in, like I hadn't, um, read a ton in a few years because I had little kids. Um, so I started reading all the YA fantasy, and I accidentally found Sarah J. Maas. I told you guys this. Um, I picked up Throne of Glass at the library because of the cover and the synopsis. I was like, this chick has swords and she's an assassin and she has like long hair. Here I am. So that was why I picked it up. And then I read all the books in one book a day. Like I checked the one out from the library. I live like a minute away from the library. And I read it. And then I went back. Like as soon as I finished that book, I went back and got all the ones that they had in the series, which was through Crown of Midnight, Queen of Shadows. Queen of Shadows. So I read all of those in 1 week. And then they didn't have Empire of Storms. And I was like, oh, that's the last book in the series. Well, I don't want to wait for them to get it. I'm going to go buy it. It was like $6 on Amazon. I was like, heck yes. So I ordered it. I waited 2 days. It came. I read it. If you've read Empire Storms, you know it ends on a massive cliffhanger. And I was just like, oh my God, what have I done? And then the next book wasn't out yet. And the next book was Tower of Dawn. And I was like, it's not even about this. Who freaking cares? So I did wait for my library to get that. And then I pre-ordered Kingdom of Ash and finished that. But it was after reading Sarah J. Maas, I found booktube because I was like, I need books like this. I need more books. So read all the fantasy. Daughter's born in February. Find booktube in March and April. Read fantasy for those months. And then in July, I was like, I just want more romance out of the fantasy whiff. I just went straight to romance. And I read one of the most god-awful romance books I've ever read in my entire life. It was an ebook from the library. The descriptions still haunt me. It was horrible. And I went through my little library's entire romance ebook section like in July. I read all of them. I read every single one that I was like even kind of interested in. And I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? I don't know. And then I found Kindle Unlimited. So then I read all these things on Kindle Unlimited, and then I stole my sister's library card, and now I use her library system. So there you go. That was a big, long story to let you know that, like, if I had to rely on just my library for romance books, I'd be out of luck. I already read them. Oh, okay. I'm glad you guys were here for that rant. It's not the most popular topic, but I did find a bunch of videos that people had done, not like a ton, but like a few. And some of them were like really, really good points and like they knew what they were talking about. I thought it was very interesting. Yes. And I think that gets talked about a lot actually when people are, I think I have like an eyelash in my eye, ignore me as I struggle. I think when people do talk about booktube consumerism, they talk about the privilege, they talk about spending the money, they talk about, well, I got these books for free, I got them for 99 cents, whatever. And all of those things are valid, but that's not the same thing as minimalism. Minimalism is, it's not that you can't have the things or you can't get the things, it's that you genuinely think that too much stuff brings the quality of your life down rather than up. So it's not that you can't have an area of your life that you go extreme in. Like if you want to have thousands of books and be a minimalist, you still can. You still can. But it's kind of just having what you need and not excess that's really getting in your way. That's kind of the general idea. Yeah, and I think that this is pretty common amongst us romance readers, although not all of them. But and honestly, for me, because I like those quick, easy reads, there's a lot of books that are only available on ebooks that I'm really a fan of. Yeah, you're not doing great with the manga. You're really, really going for it. But I don't care. Listen, okay, listen, lady, this is my time to yell at you. I need you to loan me Sweat and Soap on Kindle. You said you would, and I need you to do it because 30 volumes in April is coming up, and you know I'm not buying 30 volumes, so like I need help. You're gonna have to loan it to me. Romeo and Sandia? I would watch it. I would watch the whole thing, so oh man. Oh wow, you did fail. How long was it? How long was your book buying ban? That's were they all physical books? It doesn't matter, but you failed. I know. I know. I know. I know. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. 100%. Even for like manga. And I also need to get that manga Viz app thing, which I'll just continue to procrastinate because that's who I am as a person deep down to my core. So, what are you gonna do, Megan? How's working in Toronto going for you? Megan's in Texas, but my brain doesn't think so. Hey, you're at work too. Hi, Laura. I am doing well. All my kids woke up with like coughs and runny noses. Not all of them, not my little girl, but my boys and the little boy that I watched. So just like, oh, great. We went this whole year with no colds. Thank you, Mass. Praise God. Jesus, hallelujah. But now I think they're getting something, so that sucks. Look at you guys with your full-time jobs and getting stuff done. Philadelphia? I was supposed to get Brooklyn. I live far away from Philadelphia. I live like 6 hours away from Philadelphia. I'm closer to Pittsburgh. I'm like an hour away from Pittsburgh. Okay. Oh God, what am I missing? Yes, yes. I need to know, is this, because I'm not gonna lie, in like paranormal romances and stuff, like I like the like scent things. So I feel like even though it sounds odd, I feel like it would work for me, truly. Try not to like shake my computer every time, but what the heck. Listen, not me. I realize you're like in very hot weather, so you might argue with me. But I despise being cold with everything in my being. This does not actually sound like a book buying ban, like at all. How much would you normally buy in those 6 months? Are you buying less or are you going more? Because some people, and this is very true, trying deprivation just makes them go to the opposite extreme and they buy way more than they normally would have. Okay. Well, maybe I should try I wonder which is better, Philadelphia or Pittsburgh. Nobody knows. Okay, so we should do another sprint. I caught up on comments. I'm not ignoring anybody. I was successful. Gotta edit this stupid video. I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of imposter syndrome about it. I'm just like, it sucks, but also it probably doesn't. So we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Stupid Philadelphia. Sometimes it's like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is a neurological response. If Dana's still here, I was watching her vlog this morning and she was mixing up big words, but like she corrected herself. And I was just like, relatable, my dear. That is relatable. The struggle it's there. It's right there. Okay. Um, Probably another 30 minutes. If you guys want to vote in the comments and change it, I can change it, but I'm gonna do 30 minutes. Okay, got that sprint done. I got my video down to 29 minutes and 42 seconds. I will do one more edit through. I'm actually hoping to delete, I don't know, like a couple more minutes, which is more than I usually edit out, like I mentioned, but I think that would serve well. So I don't think I'm going to edit again though on the next sprint. Sometimes I find that one way to not get fed up with watching yourself and listening to yourself is to do one pass through, go do something else, and then do the second pass through if you can. And I only do the 2 pass throughs. And that works really well for me because sometimes then I'll end up like deleting a bunch because I'm just like, oh, no, I don't like any of this. Or sometimes I just get annoyed. Or I don't edit out enough because I'm going brain dead. I'm just like blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to take a break on the next sprint. Probably just do one more. And I'm going to finish up my notes for filming on Sunday is kind of my next priority. So I think I'm going to do that. Shouldn't be too much because I already have quite a bit of the notes done, but I know there's at least one book I want to add on to my witch recommendations. And what else? I think I need to add some details to my thoughts and feelings on some of the books. And I have to update my March wrap-up notes. I try to kind of keep that updated throughout the month. So let's see what Izzy was up to. You're helping with an anthology. I think I might have heard you reference this before. It's cool. Glad you knocked the whole thing out in a single sprint. So productive. I'm sure you're getting a million things done as you multitask listening to an audiobook, if your blogs are any indication. Are you reading the Hot as Hades by, what's her name? I haven't actually read her books. I've like seen her books recommended. But it just got re-released. I put it on my want to read. I also bought it, which I mean, mistakes were probably made, but yeah, Hot as Hades by Alicia Ray. Yes. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation for her name because I'm really not familiar with her, but I did buy that. It's 42 pages. You have to read 2 more today. The pressure. I hate assigned reading. I didn't mind it in school. I don't know what my deal is as an adult. What's your next read? Inquiring minds want to know. No, I haven't read her. You say this like it's surprising. If anything looks too mainstream, I'm just like, it's probably not for me. There's probably a 3rd act breakup with a bunch of angst in the first 50%, and then like a tiny moment of happiness, and then a breakup. You don't understand. My brain just like, nope, not for me, without ever actually looking into the thing. You've heard of it. I don't think, but it's not the one that you were reading. Izzy, are you really shaming me right now? Is that what's happening? I would say the majority of the most talked about authors I've either read and disliked or I haven't read. I obviously really have loved the first 2 books in the Brown Sisters series by Talia Hibbert, so that's an exception. That's obviously a booktube darling, Sarah J. Maas, exception. I mean, I'd say some of the YA fantasy ones are honestly exceptions, but like romance, read her Forbidden Heart series. Let me just click on her name on Goodreads. Are they available on Kindle Unlimited? Is the real question here, or at my library. Hate to Want You. One night, no one will know. Silly, naive people. They will know, though. Is it any good? You ask that like I've actually read my March reading. Let's just say the wrap-up is going to be very interesting because it has just been nothing short of a disaster. Oh, I meant to. Dana one-clicked it. She said on Twitter, and I was like, Hades. I love freaking Hades. I really want to pre-order Katie Roberts, but it's like $10. And I'm like, no, I can't bring myself to do it. Top tier taboo. Now you are speaking my language and you know it. Oh, they have a single night every year. I feel like I may have only ever read like one book with that trope because I think it's like not my most appealing one-clicky buzzword. Oh God in heaven, I already forgot the name. What is it? Hate to Want You. It's for sure not available on Kindle Unlimited. Let's try the library. Welcome to my process. Listen, I don't even talk about the DNS in my wrap-up. I just mentioned the number. And the number is really high, really freaking high. Whoops, missed it. Okay, this book was so good. It was so good. Even with the angst and the breakup, like the third act breakup that everybody knows is going to happen. So good. So funny, so witty. I loved her writing in it. The very first sentence is magical. And I really liked the characters a lot. So absolutely loved it. Yes, I know. You have the arc. Everybody's happy for you. I've seen you with it, but I'm glad you're getting to it. The struggle is just in full mode, full steam ahead. I wouldn't say I keep making people mad, but people keep giving me recommendations, and then I'm like, DNF. And they're like, Heather, how can you? But I can, and I do, and it is not looking good. It's not looking good. And the real thing is, a bunch of the books I'm actually reading, I'm like giving super low ratings. So I'm just gonna like say in my wrap up. I mean, the 5-star reads, very good. You should be extremely impressed with them, but everything else, like, take with a grain of salt because this is not the time to rely on my judgment. My God. Tori, you haven't read anything by Katie Roberts? What are you even doing on Romance BookTube? I cannot. I mean, I obviously don't read a bunch of the books that everybody reads, but holy freaking cow. Katie Roberts, the absolute queen of smut. Nobody is doing it better than she is. Nobody. Just, oh my God. You should absolutely vlog yourself reading Katie Roberts. A million times, yes. Her vampire reverse harem that's not really a reverse harem because it's totally polyamorous. Everybody's with everybody else. Is so good. I cannot wait for the third book to come out. I'm gonna die if it doesn't happen soon. Like, I just need it. And obviously your dad will do just like the hottest thing you've ever read in your entire life. If you've read something hotter than that, I cannot imagine what it would be. It's crazy good. And then, of course, her Wicked Villain series is just greatness. It's just greatness. And it's, you know, the Disney retellings, for all intents and purposes, it's really fairy tales, but, you know, it's very much Disney influenced, with a BDSM club called the Underworld that Hades runs. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I need to read the third one. I've only read the first 2 books, and I'm over here like, and you know what else? I've only read the first one in a touch of Have I just read the first one, or did I read the first 2? I don't know. So clearly, like, you can shame me too, but she's so good. I wish this with my whole heart and soul. All of it. I probably would have read all of her books if they were. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 of her books that I've bought and haven't read yet. And I'm just like, all right, you're not allowed to buy any other of her books until you read 2 of these, because one of them is Christmas. Like, we don't do that here. We don't buy a bunch of books and then not read them. We don't do that. So but I still almost pre-ordered Neon Gods until I saw it was $10, and I was like, I can't. I'm 100% sure it's worth it, but also I can't. I mean, just the shame, Tori. You should feel it. They were meh. Naima freaking Reeds. I don't know your middle name or anything. Do we know each other? Like, I do not know how to feel about this. I have probably watched your videos and was aware of this, but I'd clearly forgotten. I can't. But I will say, I think my favorite series of hers right now is the vampire polyamorous one. I think that's my favorite. I've read both the 2 books that are out. I've read them both on the day that they came out, and I genuinely can't wait for the third one. So that's my favorite as of now. Clicked on the wrong one, but you are correct, my dear. Things keep jumping. I'm struggling. Not Penelope Douglas. Well, I never escape. It's not even that I have anything against her. I just think her books are boring and don't understand. But you did really like Flock. And I thought that was boring. So, you know, you might love it. Say what now? Like, I know she has a good Patreon. Like, I know a ton of you are members of it, but I did not realize that the like bottom tier for the first month. Yeah, you get all of her ebooks. I know she has a bunch of different tiers, and that you can do tiers where you get paperbacks and swag and stuff like that. I think she's really doing Patreon for authors correctly. She seems to be very successful with it. You need to do the vampire one. That really is. I mean, imagine if you weren't a mood reader like me and could just binge. But also, like, she deserves to be paid. So, I mean, it's not like I can't read 30 books for $5 and then cancel. But where are those titles? The vampire one is Sacrifice, the first one. It's Bloodline Vampires by Katie Robert. So there's not an S at the end of her name. So you might get wrong results if you try that. Sacrifice, fantastic. Able, I have bought and haven't read. Desperate Measures is the first in the Wicked Villain series, and it is the Jasmine and Jafar retelling that is consensual non-consent. Is just everything you ever wanted in your entire life for some of us. Look, if you watched Aladdin as a child, saw Jasmine in the hourglass scene, and you were like, I kind of like this, that book is for you. And then Your Dad Will Do is the first in the Touch of Taboo series, and Vampires, Wicked Villains, and Touch of Taboo. I would definitely start with one of those. Her older stuff is popular too, but I think that those are the places to start. But that's just my opinion. Shay, honestly, you're so much older than me. I don't even blame you. Glad you showed up. I don't blame you. How much is the paperback tier? Paperback. I can't say it. Paperback. Paperback. It definitely seems like, a great way to support her and also be worth your while. Yes. But I would probably just stay, to be honest, because every time she has a new release, I'm like, ooh, shiny. I like it. Let me read this new thing. I do. I'm not a Penelope Douglas fan. I haven't liked a single one of her books that I've read. And I really only read it because everybody was like, that's so amazing. Oh, you didn't like that one? That's fine. Like, you should totally read this one. It's way better. No, not though. I find her characters' decisions and their conflicts to be like, I can't relate to it. I find it immature. I'm just like, I wouldn't do that. So I can't get on board with you. You're almost finished with Able. I have it. I want to read it. I agree. The Aladdin one is more my style than the second one. But I think a lot of people like 3 and 4 maybe the best. Or The Opponent, which is Tink and Hook. And then The Beast, which is The Beast and Belle and Gaston. The second one, Lesson. Is that a lesson? I don't remember what the second one is, but it's Hades and Meg and Hercules. And a lot of it's about like Meg's emotional needs not being met. And I'm just like, oh, I'm so sad. You're welcome. Your Dad Will Do is crazy fire. Like, it's just straight up smut. It's definitely erotica. It's no plot, really. I mean, there's tiny this much. But it's just like she catches her fiance cheating on her and she breaks up with him, and a week later she shows up on his dad's doorstep and is like, hey, wanna bang? Now, arguably, I do kind of have trouble with it because I don't think that me being a parent means that I have issue with this, but it does kind of add a layer to it. But he just does not approve of his son and didn't necessarily raise him full time and stuff. But I'm just like, that's your child. You're just so ready to throw him away and be like, you should have always been with me. He deserves everything he gets. So arguably there's that, but it's hot. That's a good price. I feel like that is very fair. Beast is your favorite. I'm gonna make my way there. I am. No, it's not for all of her paperbacks. It's just as the new releases come out, I think. You might have to stand. I am moody. I think it just depends on my mood, honest to God. But yeah, just my several books in a row does not work for me. The candelabra. Oh my gosh. I I want to see it. I do. Yes, so you get the new release one at a time. You're not dumb. We weren't super clear on that. Does she have like some sort of tier or deal where you can get past paperbacks? That would be interesting. But yeah, Katie Robert is a smutty genius, and she deserves it all. So I might. You never know. You just never know. It's a possibility. All right, I never did look up on my library app that book, but we are going to sprint again. Hate to Want You. There's this slim possibility it'll be in my library. It is at my library. It's even available. One perfect night of illicit pleasure. Oh dear, there's a tragedy that haunts their past. You know I struggle with this. It's like Romeo and Juliet, huh? All right, so download that from the library. I'm sure it will be worth it. All right. No doubt I'll DNF it. Because when I tell you I have no faith right now, I have no faith. My reading is broken. I'm just not killing it. But all right, I am going to sprint again 30 minutes as long as everybody's cool with that. And I'm going to do my notes for filming. Let me know if you have a different project that you're going to get done. But let's get sprinting. Okay, I hear little feet running around, but it'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen? Kids never are randomly destructive because eyes aren't on them. It'll be fine. What, baby? No, you're not coming in. Okay, you gotta give me a minute and then I'll give you a snack. Go get Eli. I'm looking for, okay. What is this? I need to know about this book. What is the title? What is the author? Is it available on Kindle Unlimited? I need this right here. This could solve my reading issues, because when I tell you that I'm like, I'd pick that up. I would pick that up like right now. So pray tell me what that is. I would be so happy. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet of you. I try. It's a mess. It's a struggle. But also, I'm a moody reader, so I try to help out moody readers, and I love talking about books that actually like make me super animated. Not food. I want food. Bye, Izzy. Have fun eating food that you didn't have to cook. There is nothing better in life than that. You plan some content. I'm so proud of you. You need to make some more videos. I need some more of your videos in my life. I need, I don't know. I'm just like thinking, because you keep doing all of these themed Kindle Unlimited like hauls and TBRs and stuff. I'm just like, well, what could you do next? What would I want you to do? So yeah, that was my little girl. She decided that she's over the period of time where she needs some food. So she just can't come in because I don't really want her on the live or anything. So she's moved on. She's moved on with her life. She's easily adaptable, which means she's not actually starving to death, because if she was starving to death, her mama gets hangry, and she has not broken the cycle with that. She has continued it. So if she was really hungry, she would still be pounding on the door. I'm not gonna lie to you. Headaches are the worst. I mean, obviously there are worse things, but man, they do suck. So yeah, it's understandable. That's just part of life. Sometimes we can't do it. Way to go, Idaho. I messaged you on Instagram. I don't know if you saw it yet, because I don't have my notifications turned on, because that's who I am. I'm just like, overwhelmed. No, I don't need notifications. So I don't have notifications turned on for anything. So I have to actually go into apps to find out what's happening. Well, I'm glad you were able to get some relief. Honestly, I'm having a paranormal moment. I always have a thing for age gaps and alphas. And I mean, you could go for something springy. I don't know what that would be. Say Motorcycle Club, but honestly, I DNF so many of them, it's not even funny, because half of them or more are trash. And the other ones are amazing. So it's just this, just kind of work your way through it. But I DNF a lot. When Darkness Calls. It's not on you. And it has a huge cliffhanger. Listen, I'm already on a cliffhanger situation right now, because the third book doesn't come out till the 31st. And I need it like now. Like really badly. Those were like the two books that I read back to back this month. Let me see if I might already have the picture downloaded. No. Why would I? No, I do, because I totally Totally did it in my haul. This one, the first book gave 4 stars. There were some flow issues. I felt like I almost thought it was like amateur writing, but turns out she's written a bunch of books. So I don't know. But I gave it 4 stars, and then the second book I gave 5 stars, and I can't wait for the third book to come out on the 31st. It's on Kindle Unlimited. It is a werewolf is rejected by her true mate, and she cries out and touches the soul of the shadow god and calls him to her. And then they have a romance, but it's very much enemies to lovers. Like, he doesn't tolerate her much at the beginning. Like, the whole first book, there's like one smutty scene, but in the second book, there's like more smutty scenes. And then it's like a huge cliffhanger, and it's not out until the end of the month. I'm just like, oh, I need it so badly. So some of it's predictable, some of it not so much. Doesn't matter. I just want them to be a power couple and rule the entire universe. That's all I want out of life. It's very, very good. So anyways, I'm on a cliffhanger situation with that series right now, and I just like need it. So I don't know if I want to do another cliffhanger, but that's not going to stop me from looking it up. Here I go. Because when one doesn't read, you might as well just add to the TBR and act like it's going to help you somehow. It's not. It's a lie. I'm still going to look. When Darkness Calls. I got some cool dragon book sponsored results. C.R. Jane. Hade's Redemption. It is on Kindle Unlimited. It is on Kindle Unlimited, though. You were wrong. The series is 2 books. The second book comes out September 9th. Oh, no. That's still far away. No. No. I'm gonna click on it anyways. This is gonna be pain. Hades and Persephone. Everyone knows the story. How he met her and immediately fell in love. How because of that tiny pomegranate seed, she spent half of the seasons in the underworld and the rest here on Earth. No one mentions the part of the story where she left him. No one mentions that she shattered his heart. No one ever mentions that Hades was cursed after that. I've just found out that I'm the next girl to be offered to him in an effort to break the curse. What? The goal is supposed to be simple. Fall in love with Hades. The fates just never considered he might not love me back. No! A Hades retelling like nothing you've read before. Oh my god, woman! Yeah, I totally just downloaded it. But can I wait till September? I mean, I'm probably gonna DNF it anyways. Who am I even talking about? But still, this is like, I'm like, no, I can't read that book because, like, if I love it, then I need to wait till closer until it comes out. And if I don't read it now, then I don't have the pain. Like, I haven't done it. I have like a whole strategy that I employ here. But I'm literally might ignore it and just read it anyways. This one, the Hades Redemption. It's good. And I don't even like rejected mates. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of just like the teeniest bit skimmed like the whole part where she's with her pack and being bullied and like life is terrible because I knew because like the synopsis is that her mate rejects her, that she's been bullied by the whole pack, and then her mate rejects her, and then she calls out to the shadow god and calls him, and he comes. So like that was what I was waiting for. And so, and it's not super long. It's like just like the first few chapters, like the first couple maybe even, are in the pack getting bullied and stuff. But I kind of skimmed those because I was just like, yeah, I don't care about this. Your life's terrible. Great. Moving on. So I did that because that's who I am. And it was really good. And like I said, the third one comes out the 31st, which is Tuesday. So like not long to wait at all. And I read the books back to back and like sat and read the whole time. And listen, if I can do that in March of our Lord 2021, anything is possible. They're clearly amazing books because it's bad. It's bad. Yes. I would literally rather be reading than like anything else. And if I'm like, I don't know what to read, I get so mad at it because I'm just like, I'm wasting time that I could be reading. That's windy enough, but also like it does kind of go in cycles. So when it's like, oh, I haven't had a good book, I haven't finished a book, I'm just like, oh, my life is terrible. It's the worst thing that could happen to me, which arguably means I have a very good life, but still. Darkness Calls. Have to add it to my Goodreads. Gotta stay on top of these things. Otherwise, you forget. It's like nobody's business because that's who I am. To even breathe. Yeah. Listen, I need to declutter like my entire house. Arguably, I might just read a book. And that's where I've been for like the last year or two. And so my house really needs it like a lot. Like I do some, but also my attic is like really full of a lot of things that were supposed to get donated and have not. So which one? The Hades or the Rejected Mate? Because the Rejected Mate really wasn't bad because like I'm not into suffering, I'm not even into angst, definitely not into emotions. I don't know which one you're talking about, but either one. Yeah. And this is where I struggle with long books. For instance, Kate Daniels' number 8 has been like I'm supposed to read it for like 2 years, something like that. But I'm just like, it's long. But like if I could have already read it, I totally would have. And it's not even like that, it's just too long. It's just I'm like commitment phobic when it comes to spending a lot of time on books. I'm just, I don't even know. But there's like so many that I'm like, well, if I didn't have to sacrifice other things in order to just read this one, I would have read it. Manga is working very well in combination with smutty novellas for me because it used to just be smutty novellas for what I read to try and stave off reading slumps, but manga has been also providing that for me. Same, girl. Same days. And arguably, I want to be a housewife who either doesn't keep a very clean house or has a maid to keep the house clean. And definitely does not have kids or pets. I failed on that one. But, like the house just kind of takes care of itself. And I read all day. That's my housewife goals. Maybe just clean if I'm feeling energized and like when it feel accomplished. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Do not recommend. 1 out of 5 stars. Do not recommend. I stay home. I watch kids from my home. And I also do some music lessons. Not a lot. But let me tell you, when I tell you that children and pets cross out all the accomplishments and productivity and relaxing and all the things that staying home all the time is supposed to benefit you, I'm telling you, they cross right out. So, watch me butcher your name. Is it Marianne? Is that how? Probably, right? I know you have kids, and Tori, I know you don't. As much as I love them, Do not recommend. Yep. The one nice thing about being a working mom where your kids and you leave the house is that nobody's messing stuff up during the time that everybody's gone from the house. But I mean, it's all hard. It doesn't matter what way you take. There's hard things and there's perks for all of it. Honestly, same. If I could make enough money with booktube to just pay somebody to clean my house, I don't know why more people who like can financially afford it don't do that. How much stress would be relieved if you paid somebody to clean your house? It's not like a snob thing. You know, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, rich people, they don't even know how to clean the bathrooms. Um, Not talking about that. I'm just talking about like the amount of stress that would be relieved if you just paid somebody to like clean your house. Obviously, most of the time, cleaning services and stuff, they don't do any tidying or anything like that. Um, But even, like, with kids, if you just pick up all the stuff and then somebody else is gonna come in and vacuum and clean the windows and dust and all those things that it's like, you have to be so productive, you have to, like, get ahead in order to be able to tackle those things. Because most of the time it's just like, "Wow, the kids put stuff everywhere, so let's spend an hour just cleaning up stuff and not actually cleaning." Listen, I was sold on it a long time ago. I'm just waiting to implement. I'm just waiting. Riches and blessings. Name it and claim it. I want money to pay somebody to clean for me so I can read. That's all I want out of life. It's not too much to ask. Highly recommend. If I ever get there, I'll let you know. I will let you know. I'm sure it will be worth it. Um, yes. Oh man. This is one of those things where, like, obviously, if you have a family, of course you love them and you're grateful for them, but also everybody else that has a family, like, understands the struggle that you're talking about and the complaints. You're like, yeah, yeah, I got you. I could totally be using my wireless mouse. I just got this computer and then I got the mouse like from Amazon, so it was a couple days later. So skilled, I am not. God in heaven. Where is did that not even turn on? Where's my cursor? Success. But anyways, professional, no. Yeah, no. Dude, after watching how much time you're spending doing your nails yourself because of the pandemic, because of the panorama, the Patricia, the parallelogram, I would not want to mess up my nails either. In fact, that's honestly why my nails aren't done most of the time. It's just by most of the time, I mean they're done like 3 days out of the year. It's because I spend all this time on it, which not as much time as you because it's literally just polish. It's nothing. But then it lasts like a day and I'm like, this is stupid. I hate this. No joke. Why women are expected to maintain all of the things that they maintained when homemaker was your only job, but also have a full-time career and hobbies and self-care and all the things. Why we think we have to do it all is beyond me. I am all for paying somebody to take any segment of responsibility off my plate. Like, I want to enjoy my life. I don't want to spend the entire thing getting stuff done. That's not my goals. So, yeah, I'm 100% in favor of paying somebody to clean. Not to mention the fact that that's a way that like a lot of single moms or stay-at-home moms or things like that, that is a way for them to make money without having a full-time occupation. And so, it's kind of that trickle down effect. Whoever you're paying, whether it's a service or just an individual, they benefit too. I mean, plus, would you not agree it's easier to clean a space that is not yours? When it's your space, you start washing the dishes and then you get sidetracked by, oh, this cabinet needs cleaned out. Then you get sidetracked because the kid needs juice. Then you get sidetracked because you're like, oh, my flowers, they're dying. I mean, I kill plants like a terrible level. Bree from the Locked Booktician, her plants are so pretty and she is just so amazing. I'm just like, I aspire to be at your level, but I'm never going to get there. Not ever. Anyways, what was I saying? So you get distracted by all these things, but if it's not your house, like you're dusting, you literally don't care that this thing is not where it belongs. It's not your stuff. You're just dusting. So it's easy to stay on track, and it actually takes them way less time, like hours and hours and hours less to clean your house than it does for you to clean it, even if you're equally skilled. It's just the thing. See, that's blessings. That's what we're looking for. Yep. My sister did this too because she and her husband have both always worked full-time or depending on career options. Sometimes they both worked part-time and stuff at the beginning. But she was just like, if we're working the same amount of hours, bud, you're helping clean. And my sister's a perfectionist and she is kind of OCD. And she has a cleaning day and all of the cleaning gets done that day. And then, things are just picked up and dishes washed and stuff maintained on a daily basis. But like, she doesn't have to be like, oh, that's dusty. It's like, no, I do that on Monday nights. This is Tuesday. See, this is love. Why men, any partner who is not their necessarily primary responsibility to do the cleaning, why they don't understand that contributing to the cleaning is like the greatest thing that they can do, that it earns more brownie points than anything else in the world. I don't know. It's such an easy thing. Like you'll be appreciated for it. You know what I'm saying? Of course you do. Yeah, it's a great system. Do I use that system? No. 1, I'm a procrastinator. 2, I'm not really great at habits. Why? Because discipline and or just not the proper triggers to form the habit. So I tend to clean at random times. But sometimes I'm just like, woman, if you would just schedule this, how easy would life be? So easy. So, all right. I am going to go make lunch for children and or myself. I'm not gonna lie, we're probably gonna eat leftovers and or sandwiches, but still has to be assembled. And thank you so much for hanging out with me for all these productivity sprints. I did get all of the notes done for Sunday, and then I kind of started, I'm trying to do an upcoming releases video for April. It's a good man. We are all different, but also sometimes it's like this way actually is easier and more productive. So, you know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for showing up, Tori, and all the rest of you, because Tori shows up almost every week. So love her and her support. Anyway, so I am trying to do an April upcoming releases video because I think I have enough for it. Because I don't tend to do just like the ones everybody talks about. I'm like, no, this is an author that I read or a book I'm like really interested in. And that just doesn't tend to be like the big releases or the traditional publishing releases. Same Z's, except it's lunch and I haven't eaten any food yet today. It's 12:40 here because that's who I am. Have I had coffee? Yes. Have I had water? Yes. Have I had food? No. So I need to go fix that before I get all shaky like a winner. Oh, I love you so much. Okay, thank you so much. If you know of a April release that you're like, dude, this is coming out, feel free to message me on Instagram because I can use all the help I can get. I'm not even going to lie to you, but thank you so, so much. Chances are good we might do this next Friday. Honestly, it very much depends on my life schedule, and that's kind of it. That's kind of the whole deciding factor. So thank you. Bye.